I'm going to continue the initiative order for just a moment because there is still some time sensitive stuff going on, but don't feel like you absolutely have to act if anything. So Patrick, what would you like to do for an action?
He's going to run up next to the pile of people, and just unsure what to do with the box in his hand.
Yeah. That's right. Okay, fair enough. Bear and Alicia are going to just move up to try to support Tom here, help him out with whatever he needs to, but I'm going to just have them pass their turns. Al, you hightail it to the entrance of the Bright Little Stars. And although you can still see about 5 individuals lying prone, they are on makeshift cots or clumps of clothes that show that they are sick or recovering. What really grabs your attention are 2 micro scenes, for lack of a better word. The first is Vadpo, who is leaning up against the makeshift desk that is used as a kind of a reception area for individuals who come in. She's leaning up against the front of it, and she's holding a side of her face, and it's clear that there is a really, really large mark or bruise underneath this hand that she's clutching. Mm-hmm. The second scene, however, seems to be a person who is lying prone on the ground. You have recognized, you've known by your limited time here at Bright Little Stars, especially that evening you spent trying to help people. This is one of the people who have very little medical attention, who has little medical knowledge, that have been trying to assist. Pretty much one of Vadpo's helpers, or nurses, for lack of a better word. He is lying on the ground with a significant stab wound in his gut. You can actually see a very large, probably about 3-inch wide and very deep gash on it in his stomach. And just off to the side is a bloody knife that is lying on the ground. And you can see another of these nursing assistants, for lack of a better word, a female, overtop him trying to stop the bleeding. Okay. So what would you like to do?
Al's going to immediately rush to the prone person and try to stop the bleeding.
That will consume the rest of your actions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so how are you going to try to stop the bleeding?
Oh, let's see here. Well, my bots are not... the bots aren't really used to stop bleeding, right? They're more...
not the nano machines. Yeah. The knitters are, but the nanite, the kind of more the internal ones, no.
Do I still have any knitters? I don't think I have any knitters left. I think I used them all.
Yeah,
I used them all on the coalition.
Well, actually, and you used a little bit of them, too, on some of these people as well, remember?
Yeah. Well, I used the nanobots, I thought, but they had
plenty
of uses.
Either way.
Yeah. I think. But anyway, I don't think I have any left. I think they're all gone. I think all I have is the nanobots.
That's the important thing.
And if you do for the time being, we'll say he doesn't have time to reach or whatever. Okay, then he is going to... Oh boy, what does he have at his disposal? He has a basic first aid kit, so I guess he would use bandages for now. I mean, honestly,
I really just wanted to know whether you wanted to use more of a paramedics check or use your magic.
Paramedics check at first.
Okay.
How about this way? A paramedics check to understand fully the extent of how much danger, how do I have time to heal him, or do I need to cast a spell, kind of thing.
Gotcha. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of stop combat just for now, all right? I'm going to resolve a little bit here with Al, and then we're going to go right back to the hallway with the guy underneath of you, Burn. Sure. Sound good? And Patrick, of course. Okay. But let's resolve this immediate thing first. So roll me paramedics, please. No penalty. This guy's muted. This guy is a mutant. He's a highly mutated individual, like many people on Outcast Station. Very small penalty, a penalty of 5.
Okay.
He's still human. He's just his genetics have been played around like a kitten with a yarn ball.
So that's not...
like poor feathers.
Wait.
Fail.
What? No. No. I messed it up. But I succeed. Wait. What is it? Did
You
I roll a
rolled a
D20?
93.
No, I rolled a D20.
Oh, yeah.
That's
and you
I rolled
added
the wrong
93.
Yeah, exactly. Because
how is this?
Yeah. Because adding the 93 on my modified value actually subtracts it, so I succeeded by 62. I pressed the wrong button. Is all. It's complicated. I type in 93 as the modifier, which makes it a negative modifier that I subtract from my roll to see if I succeeded.
Yeah, he was using a macro and he used the wrong macro. He was using the
okay.
D20
All right,
macro.
good. Yeah. Okay, he just
I succeeded by 22 instead of dying horribly.
My goodness, he wasn't going to die horribly.
No, I think I
you
would
weren't
have
going to
died
die
if
horribly.
I failed that badly. Just Al's heart would have stopped.
Don't be my GM. I'll be my GM. I'm just kidding. Don't tell me
I'll
when
be
your
my
heart-
own man.
I'll tell you when your fucking heart stops, Squee. All right. And so, the wound is extensive. Typically, something to the stomach and the inner intestines typically aren't critical areas like, say, a liver or kidney or a heart. But the sheer depth of this damage implies that there is probably going to be some significant possible interior bleeding. It's not life-threatening. Well, it is life-threatening, but you probably have the supplies. You could probably treat it with conventional medicine.
Right, but
He'll be in a lot of pain, but you can stabilize the area with using conventional using the supplies you have at your disposal, your first aid kit and your interior robots.
is there or would Al think, is there a chance that in the process of stabilizing he might slip, or is it like, if I do this now it's not life threatening?
The second option. If you do it now, I mean, there's always a chance, but the chance is so minuscule you think you have a grip on it.
Got it. All right.
Makes sense?
Then yeah. All right. Then I would start treating him.
Okay, great. So you do so. So you take charge over across the woman who's trying to assist, who is trying to put pressure on the guy's wound.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. I'll let you know how that resolves in a moment. Let's move to the hallway. So Tom, it's a few seconds, and this guy is stunned underneath you. All right, but soon, obviously, he's trying to squirm away. He goes, "No, come on, let me go, let me go." He's attempting to squirm away, but I'm gonna say for the first few seconds, you still. Like you're on top of him, and you're actually bigger than he is. So he doesn't get away right away, even if he wanted to. Is there anything that you would like to do, or Patrick, anything you would like to do?
I would like to grab a hold of his bigger arms, not his, center stomach arm.
Yeah, his regular arm. Yeah, his stomach arm is underneath of him anyway. But
I'm going to try and hold them and try and put them behind him. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. We're going to do an opposed grapple check. I'm going to give you a significant bonus, however, only because you have Bear and Alicia guaranteed assisting you, kind of holding him down, and you have a better angle on him, right? So I want you to roll a d20, and I want you to add 10 to it.
Bam. Okay. 23.
And compared to his 2, so you are able to grab both arms and pin him behind him, and he's still screaming. He goes, "Oh, come on! I never did anything against you. Just fucking let me go! Come on!" Patrick, is there anything else you would like to do at this time? I see. I understand. You want to use your mute option.
I would like to put my box in against the wall.
Okay. Leave that by Mila, perhaps. Who is still...
Yes. You answered me perfectly, by the way.
Thank you.
Because I answered, I would like to put my box against the wall. And you're like, I see you like to do the option of muting yourself. I'm like, man, he's good.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm a gifted man. Just kidding. All right. His arms are now pinned behind him. He's still flexing and trying to stretch and get away from you, but you pretty much have this guy dead to rights now, Burn. Is there anything else you would like to do?
I just want to hold him here until we resolve this thing. Until I can either get information from Al or Patrick can get all of the items away from him. Just as long as it seems neutral and things aren't going to escalate, then that's where I want it to be.
Okay. All right. So you're occupying your time with pinning this guy. Okay.
Yes.
All right, Patrick. You set down your box. No problem. Anything else you'd like to do? You guys haven't heard. You saw Al disappear. He's about 30 feet away to you on your right is the entrance, the bright little stars. He's disappeared in there, and you haven't heard much since.
I am going to slowly gather up the spilled things.
Okay. All right. Okay. Al, I would like you to roll me another paramedics check, please.
Okay.
No modifiers.
Oh, all right. Boom. Succeeded by 16.
Okay. So I have two questions for you. Do you have any painkillers left?
Ooh, that's a very good question. No, I have antibiotics.
Okay.
I have sleep, like a few sleep, but no real painkillers.
Okay. So this guy's still very much conscious, and he's unfortunately not doing your instructions, and he's kind of moving around a little bit too much, and he's making it difficult for you to treat him. Now, it's not impossible. You can still do it, but it'd be a lot easier if he was sedated somehow. Or you could use your the internal robots to deal with to treat the possibility of interior bleeding, and then he can probably move us around as much as he can. Or you can continue on without sedating him, without using the internal robots, and just treat him as he is.
All right, hang on a second. Let me actually check and see if I have internal robots. Let me see here, because it'll be on my list. Oh, where is your stuff? All right. I do not have. I just have the
Okay,
standard.
so then you have two options. You can try to sedate him / put him to sleep, or you can treat him without.
Okay. This is getting too dangerous. I mean,
I would like one piece of information. What do I hear from there?
You roll me a D100.
Okay.
Oh God. Okay. You pretty much for whatever reason, you hear pretty much almost exactly everything that's going on. You hear phrases, a few small even mutters that come through the hallway about, like, holy shit, what happened? He just came in here. You hear Al giving instructions to somebody, talking about, we gotta move away. That's enough treatment on the wound. Help me move him to the side so I can bandage this. Has he, that sort of thing. And you do also even hear kind of soft sobs coming from a voice that is somewhat familiar to you. In fact, since you rolled a 1, I'm going to say you recognize it as Vadpo's voice.
I am going to be carrying all the things that I picked up and running over there.
Okie dokie. Right. So, Al, you barging through the room itself comes Patrick, and in his arms seem to be the supplies that this thief had on him. This supposed thief, at the very least, had on him. What would you guys like to do next? Tommy's still trying to struggle underneath you, but he's not getting anywhere right now.
Al's going to... Honestly, trying to inject him with a sleep dose is going to take too long. He does not have the injection methods of old. And I think he'd have to set up a syringe, etc., etc.
Yes.
He's going to very quietly as he can, chant for a healing spell to try and heal enough of the damage so that even if this guy, for one, maybe help relieve a little bit of the pain, and two, so that even if he moves around, it's not life-threatening anymore.
Okay. So he... So as softly as you can, as far as magic goes, it can't quite be, when learning from Lee, it can't be like a really silent whisper, right? You have to give voice to the spell, but that doesn't mean you have to shout it, right?
Right.
Imagine if it's just a really quiet theater stage voice, right? Like the way I'm talking now. That's about as loud as you can go. But that's fine. Let's resolve the spell. Let me know how many hit points and or SDC the spell heals, and remove it temporarily from your PPE.
All right. It heals. Not telekinesis, not paralysis. Where's my heals? Okay, heal wounds. It's 3d6 and 3d6 SDC and 1d6 hit points.
Please roll both.
Okay. So, whoops. Let's not minimize all of my windows. Let's just switch.
Yeah, that's the opposite of what I asked you.
Yeah.
That's not rolling.
So 3d6. This is for SDC, and this is for HP.
Oh, wow. Good roll on the HP. So you can see, thankfully, that wound closes up. Not completely, unfortunately, but significantly so. The depth of the wound went from 3 inches to probably only about a single inch now. The bleeding has subsided considerably. You feel that you have 2 options now. You can probably treat this much more shallower knife wound with a relative ease, although it'll be still quite discomforting for the patient. Or you figure another spell like that would probably heal this thing up so much there probably won't even be a scar.
Al's actually going to take a look around. See if there's a lot of people watching.
There are. You can see the 5 individuals who are going to say patients, one nurse who's right next to you, and even Vadpo through one eye they're all staring at you and seeing what you're doing.
Okay. Al is going...
with the exception of 2 individuals who did stare at Patrick, who just ran into the room, but both of them were patients who were nearby the door. Okay.
Here's what Al's going to do then. He's going to take out his regular medical nanobots. And he's going to, as he does that, he's going to tell the kind lady who's been helping him, I can take care of this. Go see Vadpo, please.
Okay. She does so.
And then he's going to take out the bots and kind of start getting them to work on things, and then quietly chant a second spell.
Gotcha. In the meantime, Patrick, what would you like to do?
See where all of these items need to go. He's probably going to go next to Al and start sorting the items into different spots, maybe all the cotton balls over here and all the
whatever. Yeah. Now, how close to Al are you going to get?
I would say, well, I'm going to be placing this next to him, so
okay,
relatively close.
Okay. When you step towards Al, you will have to step over the knife that's on the ground, the bloody knife that's on the ground. And it's so minor, but I got to do it. Al, roll me a D100.
Okay.
Okay, good. Out of the corner, it was like a 1% chance, but I had to do it anyway. Just because I was out of the corner of your eye, you do, while you're in the middle of casting the second spell, you do see Patrick move very close to you to the corner of your eye, making some sudden movements, but you're able to notice that he's just setting down some supplies, some medical equipment or medical
Got it.
whatever, but it doesn't break your concentration on the spell.
All right, cool.
So roll me healing again,
All right,
please.
so this is for, we'll do it reverse this time. This is for hit points.
Okay.
And this is for SDC.
Okay. Good. Yeah, as predicted, the wound heals up completely.
Okay. Al is going to then start bandaging it.
Okay.
He's basically, just to let you know, as a GM, I'm trying to give the illusion that it is the nanobots that are healing this, not him.
Yeah, it's easy enough because the blood didn't magically disappear.
Right. So he's going to bandage it up.
Like...
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, you clearly... Yeah, no problem. So as they bandage it up, you see Alicia poke her head out here to the door, and she yells, "We got the guy. What the hell do you want? Tom's still struggling with him."
Al's going to be like, I think he stabbed this man. We can't let him go until we figure out what happened.
Okay. Alicia's going to go back to you, Tom. And Bear's still assisting with keeping this guy pinned. And she says, they think that he stabbed someone in there. What do you want to do?
Crap.
He goes, no, you don't understand. Just let me go. They made me do this. Just let me go, man. We'll never come back. Come on.
Who made you do this?
What? Fuck. Who do you know? Who do you care? Just let me go, man.
I want to know. Who made you do this?
Fucking Mask. Mask made me do this. Yeah, fuck. He said I could be a part of him if I just fucking grab this shit.
Part of who?
A fucking copper rats. Jesus Christ. What are you, fucking new, you fucking freebooter? Just let me go, okay?
Give me a second out of character to think.
Okay. No problem, man.
Tom's gonna look to Alicia and say, that's the second time we've heard copper rats in the past few days.
She gives a nod.
What did Al say?
She said, Al said you shouldn't let him go until they get this figured out.
And that's what we need to do.
He's okay. But should we leave him out here? Should we bring him inside?
If you, me, and Bear can wrestle him inside, that would be the best.
Okay. I'll give it a
Simon.
shot. He looks up to where Amelia is. He goes, she hasn't woken up yet.
She'll be fine. Keep an eye on her, and when we get inside of the tiny little stars, bring the box that's near her.
Oh,
please.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, sure. He
Thank
says.
Bear, you ready?
Yeah, and so we're going to do, there is a small chance he can get through. So what I want you to do, I'm going to just roll a d20. If I get a natural 20, we'll deal with his possible escape. I get a 12. So we're fine. So with the use of big old Bear, tough ass Alicia, and yourself, Tom, you managed to wrestle and force him to enter the bright little stars. Patrick, Al, as you're finishing up your bandaging work, I'm using finger quotations, and Patrick, as you've finished organizing everything or laying everything out, you see this scrawny three-armed man just kicking and screaming as Tom and Bear and Alicia come in with him in their clutches. He's saying like, "No, I told you I fucking didn't want to do this. Jesus Christ, just let me go, please." You can hear just one last thing to kind of color the scene. The fellow's completely stabilized now, Al, and you can actually see him trying to get up. He goes, "Holy shit. Oh, I feel so much better."
Al's going to put a hand on his shoulder and hold him down and say, "You feel better because they injected painkillers in you. You move around too much, you'll reopen the wound."
He goes, "No, you shouldn't have used the painkillers on me. There were so many other people here. Some of them have terminal diseases. Oh, God. I could have dealt with it.
Stop.
Jesus, what did you do?" And you can see him. He's trying to bring his arms around. He's trying to feel his hand where the wound was. He's just touching bandages at this point, obviously. But,
Al's going to look at him, catch his eyes, and then kind of put a finger to his lips closely and just say, "Shh, I bandaged the wound."
Okay. He gives a very confused look, but he doesn't say anything else in the meantime. And but you do hear Vadpo moan, and she lowers her hand, and you can see, the poor woman, she just had very, very tiny slit-like eyes, right? Above where her right eye is, it looks like someone punched her in the face half a dozen times. It is bruised and swollen, and it does not look good at all. And she's able to moan out. She goes, "Yeah, he attacked us. I thought he just wanted food, but he attacked Charles over there."
Al will go over to Vadpo and take a look at her face, and he'll say, "This doesn't look like a quick assault. How many times did he strike you?"
And she kind of gives it a quiver, and she says, I gave him the food that he wanted, that he requested. And when he said he wanted more, I told him it was all he had, and he jumped on me and he punched me."
Okay, just here, take a seat, sit down.
Well, she's already sitting down.
Oh, okay.
She's
And then
up
I'll
against
say, it's
the
okay.
desk.
"Vadpo," and he's going to say this kind of quietly. Well, this isn't our orphanage, and we're new here. What do you do with someone like that?
Her lips narrow a little bit, and she says weakly, "Let him go. He's just some desperate kid who wanted food. I don't kill him. They'll make it worse. Just let him go. Is Charlie okay?"
Charlie's fine.
"Then no one died. Just let him go."
Al will nod, and then he'll... well, here's a question. Did she say this loud enough for anyone other than Al to hear?
No, her voice is pretty weak. I'm going to have everyone... No, you know what? I'm going to say Patrick was able to hear it.
Okay.
Unfortunately for Tom, though, over the thrashing and the screaming of this guy, just begging and pleading to let him go. His eyes, by the way, are bulging and just staring at the bloody knife on the floor as he's yammering on Tom. But a lot of the stuff he says is very similar. They made me do it. They said I could be a part of it. Fuck, I just didn't mean to. All these excuses, right?
Yeah. Tom's
But, yeah,
largely
Patrick's
ignoring
able
the excuses.
No, fair enough. But Patrick's able to hear what Vadpo says.
Al will glance at Patrick, see if he can get a read.
Patrick is looking over, and with an obviously not liking something, he nods. And he's going to stand up and walk towards the gentleman who's thrashing and Tom.
Okay.
I'll look at the gentleman. I'll look over the shoulder to Tom and said, "Yeah, we're gonna let him go."
Oh?
Yes.
All right. Well, and Tom is going to tighten his grip a little bit. Today's your lucky day. He's going to wheel him out to the entrance and just let him go.
Okay. As you wheel him out, the young woman who was helping you, Al, so she's still next to Vadpo on the opposite side of her, obviously than you, Al, and you hear her spit out to this young scrawny mutant man, and she says, "God damn it, Edge! What the hell's the matter with you? Why did you do that?" And you do hear him say, as Tom is pushing his out, he goes, "I'm sorry," and then that's it. That's all you can hear. Tom escorts him out of the room itself. Bear is kind of let go at this point. So has Alicia, but Tom, he's still in your grip. What would you like to do?
I'll let him go.
Okay. You release his hold on him, and he scampers off down the dirty, grimy hallway of Outcast Station.
Oh. Can I say something before I let him go, please?
Sure. Let's retroactive that. That's fine.
Please don't come back here again.
I won't.
Let him go.
Yeah. Here he goes.
Well, Al will start trying to treat Vadpo as best he can. Not much you can do for the swelling and bruises, I suppose.
Yeah. No, there's no ice, unfortunately. That's too valuable.
But at the least, well, here's an interesting question. Did any of it break the skin? Is there any, maybe anything to clean up? Or...
No.
Okay.
She was lucky enough that there's no breakage of the skin. It's just a lot of swelling.
All right, then Al will ask if there's any water nearby, and if so, at least put a wet cloth to it. That'll help reduce the swelling a little bit.
Vadpo says, no, I can deal with it. Water's too valuable.
Al shakes his head and says, "We'll pay for it. You sit down and you listen
She
to me."
looks at you with her one good eye. She says, "Paying for it doesn't matter if we can't get the supply. It's my face, is it not?
It is your face.
Then I say save the water for people who need it more."
Al will shake his head, but consent.
Excellent. So after, interestingly enough, I'm going to just move things ahead just a couple minutes or so. Okay. What would you guys like to do? The situation has been stabilized, for lack of a better word. What would you guys like to do next?
Al would probably want to go punch a wall a few times. No,
Sure.
no, he would. Oh boy. I don't know. I guess.
Okay, that's all right.
Yeah.
It's okay to not know things. You guys can take a moment to reflect and figure out what you guys want to do next.
Well, I'm starting to get all of my stuff together.
Okay. How about you, Patrick? What do you think?
He is collecting himself, making sure that he got all the items.
Yeah, you did. You did. In fact, the same young woman goes through everything, and she kind of gives you a bit of a squeeze on the shoulder, if you'll allow it, unless you shrink away from the physical contact. But she goes to squeeze you on the shoulder.
Right.
And she says, "Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's not a complete loss. We managed to get all this back."
Yeah.
She begins to gather it up and put it back. And with another thank you that she looks to you. Charles, or Charlie, is still, he's taken a seat, and he's pressing out his bandages again. You hear him mutter, What the hell did he give me? I can't even feel anything down here.
That was me. All right.
Mm-hmm. I would notice it too, since he's still kind of in neutral gear, so to speak. Oh, by the way, Tom, Alicia, Bear has gone to collect Mila. He is now slung her. She has not woken up. He enters with her like slung over his shoulder. And Sinan has entered with Patrick's long metallic hydroponic self-enclosed box.
Okay.
And Alicia's gone to help you out to gather some stuff up.
Yeah, and I'll start looking for Hannibal as well.
Oh yeah, Hannibal. Thankfully, due to the room that you guys are given far in the back, he's been shielded through all this commotion. And in fact, when you enter the room, you see him. He's in the corner and he's kind of chewing and tearing at a scrap of clothing that used to be one of Mila's outfits. Now it's more like Hannibal's chew toy now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was occupied, but he sees you and his tail wags like crazy and he scampers up to you.
Yeah. I'll
Nuzzling
reach down and pet him and eventually hug him.
Yeah. Gives you licks along the ear and cheek. All right.
Yeah.
Anywho.
We're trying to get a room, actually.
Hello.
Al's actually going to sit down next to Charlie, and he's going to say, "You were pretty touch and go there. I wasn't sure if there was a lot of internal damage, so I used a device that is fairly hard to come by. In about a day's time, your wound should be healed. Just don't mess with the bandage. You should be able to take it off sometime tomorrow."
He goes, okay. He kind of furrows his brow a little bit. He goes, what kind of device? What is it? Nanites? Shit. I didn't think we had them here on this station.
You don't.
At least not for most people.
Most places don't have them, but, well, when you travel as much as I do, you can find some things sometimes. They're not easy to find, but they are very useful.
Or cheap. Well, I don't know why you wasted it on me, but I want to thank you anyway. That hurt like hell, and it was pretty scary.
Al shakes his head.
Fucking
You help
kids.
take care of the people here. If you die, what happens to them? It wasn't a waste.
He gives a sigh, and he says, it's just an uphill battle, I guess. Fuck. I don't have the patience of that woman. He kind of gestures over to Vadpo. I would have probably just... God, I don't know. Maybe I would have just stabbed him right back. What the hell do you do out here, huh? Fucking gangs and shit and poverty. She's right. It's not his fault. I mean, he's fucking desperate, but still. God, there's better ways to act.
I agree. It's sad that situations like this tend to draw the worst out of us, except for people like her, which, God, I wish there were more of them.
Yeah, well, I guess if everyone is saint, people like her, everyone were saints, people like her wouldn't be special.
That'll be the day, huh? And then Al will, pat him on the knee, give him a pat, and then stand up.
Okay, good stuff. He gives a nod. Patrick.
Making sure that everything was nice and sorted.
Mm-hmm.
Boxes in the right place.
Mm-hmm.
Things got back to where they need to be.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick will excuse himself into the bathroom
Okay.
and go ahead and enter the golden room.
Okie dokie.
What? I thought okay.
Well, actually, you would have to go and collect your backpack first, correct, Patrick?
Yeah, I think that was actually the only thing that was. I usually carry that around when up and about, because I feel that it would be pretty nice to put it in a safe place, but we don't currently have one, so he's been carrying it around with him.
If I recall correctly, you said back on the Twilight Covenant when we were invading that other ship that you left it here.
Yeah, and when we went back here and I collected my things. Remember when I got my gun back and yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Great. As long as we're keeping track of this.
Yes.
All right. So you go in there. You go into the the familiar pocket dimension, that golden pocket dimension of yours. And everything seems as it is. Nothing has moved. Nothing has changed. All the items that you've left inside are still there.
And he's going to go over to a drawer with a few necklaces in it. I'm going to pull out the one for Tyrath.
Great. Yeah, that big red gem. Sure.
Yes.
Okay. Pick it up. Feel it in your hands.
And he is going to communicate with Tyrath here.
Okay. So you press you hold on to the glass and reach out with your mind. Try to communicate with Tyra.
Yes.
Okay. It takes a few minutes, but then you definitely feel that presence in your mind and reverberating in your entire brain. You hear the rumbling voice that says, "Kinsmen, what do you want?"
Greetings, Tyrath.
Greetings.
Before I start asking for anything, I wanted to know if your fungi that we collected has become fruitful for you.
Where I am, it has only been a few days, I suppose you could say. But if you're asking if I am satisfied, I am.
Days.
Yeah. Time moves slowly if you know where to live.
So it would seem that we haven't asked for your assistance for only a brief few days. I'm sorry.
I master both space and time, am not confined to it. Do not waste any more of mine. Speak, and do not worry about your mortal concerns upon my undying form.
Right. We have changed. Let's just skip to what I have contacted you for.
Good.
So, we have come across a fairly elderly gentleman for at least humans, and he has caught the attention of Al's body's transfer.
Oh.
Yes. He is coming along in years, and I assume that he wants something similar to extend his already fairly lengthy lifespan.
I see. And what did you say to his request?
We have not mentioned your name just in case that was of any importance, and we've come to what you would be willing to do, if any, if you even wanted to have a request for us to do something to help him have the same body transfer.
I see. You, as my ally, wish to enter another mutually beneficial agreement. But instead of me granting my boon, my knowledge, my power to you, to extend it to this aged human instead.
Yes.
Would such favor benefit you?
It would benefit us to be in his favor for housing. We're currently not on Earth.
I wonder, asks Tyrath, and you can feel in your mind a small slithery smile of his voice. Why you would value his favors over mine? Am I not powerful enough to grant what you seek? Ally.
It is certainly not believable that you wouldn't be able to do even grander things than him.
Good. Yes. Sorry. I just had to do that. Go ahead.
My friends may not may want a grand boon from him because he's offered one, but I wanted to I guess see if I could do a favor.
You hear a rumbling voice for a while in consideration as I narrate to you in his voice.
Yes.
So you hear a long rumbling in your mind as he considers this before he says, a procedure similar to what I did to your friends. Another long rumbling. You are willing, as an ally, to grant me a favor in return, yes?
I would be very willing.
Reach out your mind to me. You mentioned you were at a different location. Open it up to me so I may see where you are.
Okay. And Patrick will do that.
Okay. You feel a presence in your mind for about 4 or 5 seconds before it thankfully lifts like a weight off your shoulders. And he says, I will dwell on what you can do. Expect contact with me soon.
Patrick will nod. Oh, sorry. We'll respond in the affirmative through his mind.
Wonderful. Good. Until we speak again, kinsman.
Until then.
Great. And the presence leaves you completely. I have to say thank you. It's been a long time since I was able to play Tyrath, and that it's always fun playing as him. Not gonna lie. So that was a treat.
He is a fun dude.
he doesn't nibble on ears, so
Nope, that's true. That's true. There you go. There's your answer.
okay. I was like, oh crap! Why don't we favor him more? Well, no, Tyra. This way, you only have to do it once, and you don't have to. Like this guy will give us lots, but we're saving you time.
It's not that we're like going like no. We thought it's like I told him all kinds of the truth. I spoke my mind to him, and he spoke his mind back.
Yep.
Oh god, I as a player, I'm like, oh god, Patrick's gonna talk to Tyrath. But I mean, as a player, I thought it was exciting because I know how Patrick talks to Tyrath.
Yeah, he sure does. Okay,
With
so
respect and confidence.
So, well,
Mhm.
we didn't actually take Hannibal into the Golden Place.
Yep.
Yep. So we have to try and smuggle him to the ship.
What? Wait, what? Why didn't the plan go?
Because Piff just went and used it.
Oh,
Yep.
Well,
Say la vie.
way to follow the plan.
Yeah.
Don't look at me.
I'm looking at you, Piff.
You know what, Piff? I'm gonna just be really fair.
Yeah.
Squee, your character has made mistakes too, so let's not.
Yeah. Wait,
Whoa. Yeah, my characters made mistakes too, and when I did, everyone pointed it out.
You know, good point. They did also give me it. So if anything, this is just retribution. Fair enough. I, as God of this world, can give all of you shit, and there's nothing you can do.
Shoot, you just told me you're going to tell me when my heart stops.
I can do something about it. I can pout.
No, it's fine. We'll find a way to get Hannibal
Just
to the
think
ship.
of it as a new challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well.
Great. Oh my goodness, I think I keep track of so much stuff. I gotta get. You also asked Sideward to keep an eye on who stole your shit too, so I got to remember that. I did remember that, mind you, but it's been a little while. Anyways, do you guys
like 3 days?
Yeah. Well, yeah, 14 hours, and a day and a bit. Yeah, 3 days. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I'm going to ask this.
Sure.
How big is Hannibal?
Hannibal is like. Just a second. You know what? Let's end the session with the best part about riffs. Apparently, since we did this before, is looking at pictures of dogs.
Oh, boy.
Actually, I still have that saved one of.
I think you might be a little bit
Teenage
bigger
Boy.
than that now, though, because it's
okay.
been a little while longer.
But best part of riffs? How about best part of the internet?
Yeah, good point. Because I was just thinking about, since you got him, like he wasn't like 0 when you got him, right? He was a puppy. He was probably a month or two old. And then you've had him for like almost a year. If you think the 4-month speed up and the 6-month speed up. So a 1-year-old dog, I'm going to say 1-year-old.
Is he like this? Is he like that?
Find out. Aw, yeah.
That's a border collie.
You know, he's a border collie. They're awesome dogs. Okay, so to share it to everybody. Oh, wait, Burnarator did.
Yeah.
I'm sure Squee's going to show people.
That's Hannibal.
Although I'm going to get another picture for his size, though. So this is This is a pretty scrawny border collie, but this is going to be pretty good for size. So give me a moment, because you're going to see the full body of him.
Yeah.
So give me a moment. Say he has a little bit more meat on his bones.
This shows us a picture of Donald Trump. Why?
I'm not that mean.
No.
How did I do that?
Donald
Border
Trump
collies.
is not my dog.
Thank goodness.
My dog is not trying to run for president.
Burnarator 2015. Donald Trump is not my dog.
I love Hannibal. He's so good. I'm so glad that we got him.
Yeah, I do kind of miss Jackie, but Hannibal's awesome.
Jackie's around. She, hey, did you ever show the chat the picture of Robo Jackie without all of her fur?
I might not have. Hang on,
I
let me
think
do
you
that.
did.
Let me do that.
You
'cause I
should
might not have.
do that.
Yeah.
Because
don't
Jackie
think
right
we
now, from I believe, she's just shut down in the House of the Golden Place, right?
Right.
Yep.
Like you turned her off and she's just chilling out in there.
Yeah. Well, you know
Just
what?
imagine-
We're gonna, for the first time ever, we're gonna end a riff session with fan art.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, we are. Because I figured this is a good place to end it for you guys to decide how you want to bring Hannibal to the Twilight Covenant, and then we're going to continue on with the adventure from there.
Jackie the Terminator.
I have an
Explorer.
idea.
Beep, beep, boop.
It may or may
you
not be kind of cruel,
Oh.
but I have an idea.
Okay.
So, Squee,
Uh-huh.
can you tell me the effects of your paralysis spell?
Well, it's a local paralysis spell, so it can only affect a limb or a head or I could cast it multiple times if necessary, but let me pull up the actual text. Give me a second.
So, what would happen if you put it on a head? Would it not allow him to?
Wouldn't it be better just to put him to sleep? Like, not that way, but actually,
Do we have something to put him to sleep?
I have a few doses of sleep left.
See, now here's the interesting thing. I'm going to have you roll a check, probably some sort of chemistry check, because what works on, say, a 180-pound human might not work on a 50-pound dog,
Agreed.
40-pound dog.
Yeah,
So-
the same amount that would work on a 160-pound human would just probably put out a dog.
Well,
Yeah, it might kill him.
yeah. So what I would do is, and if Inferno, you're okay with this, make the chemistry check. If Al's at all unsure, he would probably not go that route. Like, it might put him out, it might kill him. Let's do it.
Okay.
But to answer your question, Burn, the lesser paralysis, the magic attack temporarily paralyzes a part of the victim's body, immobilizing that particular limb. Paralyzed hand means the person cannot pick up or hold objects. Paralyzed arm means the limb dangles uselessly. Paralyzed leg, it makes standing difficult. And then incantation will only paralyze one limb per invoking the magic. It doesn't actually say anything about paralyzing the head, so I'm not sure that's something that could even be done.
Yeah, it's only limbs. So it can
So
only be arms and legs. So.
Oh wait. Well, it says internal organs can't be affected. It doesn't say anything about heads. So
Oh.
I don't.
So I guess your neck.
I think that Patrick or Piff was going to go this route. Please tell me what you were going to say to make sure that we're on the same wavelength.
So, if you want him to be knocked out, I can kind of do that.
You thinking Dream Shroom?
No,
Oh, okay.
but that
God.
can be a thing.
Hannibal would have some pretty crazy dreams.
Yeah.
We do have a lot of dream shrooms.
That would put him to sleep.
I
he dreams
haven't
about-
noted this, and I really, really, really wanted to do this during the session, but I really did not metagame. But since the particular discussion is up at hand, I do have a spell to basically incapacitate somebody.
What's the spell?
Trance.
Mm.
Oh. Putting Hannibal into a trance?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It is basically giving them, that gas that makes you still kind of be awake, but just not noticing what's going on around you?
Zombie
That's
gas.
basically what the spell is.
Laughing gas, yeah.
Well, no, zombie gas, but yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. I kind of like the idea of Hannibal dreaming of Miss Mams attacking him or something. But I think trance might.
God. Why would
okay,
you do
here's-
that? Now it's
here's
gonna
the
happen.
thing. Here's the thing. I haven't really leveled up my magic thing, but also I don't think I got experience for a bit.
Yeah,
So-
you guys haven't. I have to give you guys like 3 weeks worth of experience. My bad.
Yeah. It's fine.
Well, I am not one to judge, so.
Yeah, no, I will. Sorry, I've been. Yeah, it has been 3 weeks for sure. So
So why don't we do this?
My bad.
Why don't we put that as an idea, and then we'll know next Sunday.
Discuss it over the.
Exactly. Like
Definitely.
that when we know what the duration all that will be, we'll see if that's plan A or plan B.
All right.
Yeah.
great.
So at base, it's 5. If I level up, which is pretty likely, it's at
Oh,
10.
It's guaranteed.
And if I level up again, depending on how much experience I get from that, it will be 15.
Okay.
And I will also have more PPE to re-trigger that.
I suppose that would also matter. GM, would we have a decent idea at this point how long it takes to get from endless storytellers? Wow, the orphanage to the hangar.
Oh, very much so. Plus, since you have a hired guide, he can tell you almost exactly, right? Estimating yourselves, oh man, you've been in Outcast Station a bit, but maybe a week. That's not enough to know for sure. But Signin knows. The best straight, safest shot. Well, you have two options, as I always like to give you, at least two options. You have a straight shot that is a little bit riskier, but it's obviously shorter, and it'll only take about 20 minutes or so. The longer, safer route takes about 40.
Okay.
Of course, safer is relative in Outcast Station.
Let's see if you level up first. I do think the Dream Shroom might be the safer option, though, because that would probably knock him out for plenty of time.
And I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to even tell you what Hannibal dreams about. I was going to make a joke about it, but if you guys actually do the Dream Shroom, I'm totally going to describe Hannibal's dream.
Yes.
I know what he's going to do.
I think just so there's a surefire thing to at least incapacitate the dog for transportation. Would be pretty good. I vote for the Dream Shroom either way, even if I do get enough experience.
Okay. Enough experience will just be a bonus at the very least, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait. I might just record his dream and send it to you guys. I mean, like, during the session, send you the YouTube link. I'm so tempted. I can go so nuts with this.
Oh, you really could.
I'm gonna.
So that was what's irking me the entire freaking time. Like, all right, I could do something about this situation. All right, GM, can I hear it? Yes. All right, I go over there. I'm in the situation. Now, if Squeeze says the magic word of needing help, or just if I only had something to knock out, I could have done something. But I was just standing there with a lump of things around my arms.
I would say that in the future, feel free out of character to mention such a thing.
I did not want to do that.
Well, no, but see, here's the thing. How would I know that you have the ability to help?
Yeah, exactly.
You got to let me know these things at least out of character.
A lot of magical spells.
I don't know what they are.
Let's see. And that
like Piff,
saying I have a lot of things in my toolbox and not telling me, hey, I can do this in this situation doesn't really help.
What hurts to ask? Huh?
I'm trying to help someone. Like, what I'm saying, Piff, is that obviously it was a little disappointing. I get it. So out of character, just mention something. Because I, as a player, am not thinking, hey, Patrick, number one guy to go to put someone unconscious. You know? Just give me a little heads up.
Yeah.
No, it was just an opportunity that didn't happen, and I'm okay with that.
Okay.
It happens more than you'd think.
Well, and like I said, there's an easy way to stop that.
I don't want it to stop because I feel that is as you put it quite a few times, too metagaming. Where just like, Patrick, you helped me because I've never seen you ever do this spell before. You can trance.
That's a strong argument.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
What?
What we're talking about here is a tricky thing, right? Because it is a tricky thing balancing metagame knowledge with in-character knowledge, right? Mm-hmm. It's one thing to know that you've seen abilities. Like, if you've seen Tom turn on fire before, you can say both metagame and even in-game, oh, hey, Tom, you have this ability. Why don't you try it out, right? But if your characters really have no knowledge of it, your characters wouldn't have metagaming by definition is giving your characters knowledge that they wouldn't otherwise get. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Giving your characters out of game knowledge. So knowing what another player can do when they haven't demonstrated that is 100% metagaming, right? Now that does affect the flow of the game, especially when it comes to strategizing stuff out of character. But yet, I think it's more authentic if we really limit metagaming.
Okay.
Yeah. And you took care of it.
Yep.
If Patrick had any inkling about what was needed to be done, he would have done it. And it's one of those things where like the two people who probably should have met each other just crossed each other on the street. That's it.
That's a very philosophical way of looking at it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, we should probably end the session there. Next week, guys. Will we take up the old man on his offer? Will Tyrath give us something to do? Will Hannibal have crazy psychedelic dreams?
Don't word it like that.
Will Tyrath give us something to do? Is that part?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, he'll give you something, all right.
Cat sitting.